Hii ni KDR TV ikiwa tunauletea matukio ya hapa nchini na kule ughaibuni. Wabunge wa mrengo wa Kenya Kwanza wakutana na wanahabari ili kumkosoa kiongozi wa chama cha ODM Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga. Hii inakuja baada ya Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga kuzungumza kuhusu uchunguzi dhidi ya maafisa wa polisi wanaoshukiwa kuwa wauaji hapa nchini. Hebu tupate jinsi wabunge hao walivyozungumza wakiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Kimani Ichung'wah.
za kidhuluma. Kwa hivyo tunasema kwamba sisi kama viongozi wa Kenya Kwanza tuna support Mheshimiwa Rais kwa kile ambacho anafanya. Kama ni kushika wakora wa extrajudicial killings washikwe. Kama ni maneno ya vile kwanza amebuni kabineti yake, tunawaambia tunawasupport. Hata ma-PS ambao wameletwa bungeni tutawapitisha kwa sababu tunataka tuendelee kuroll na tusaidie nchi yetu kutoka kwa hii mikono ambayo ilikuwa mbaya sana ya handshake.
I think maybe just put into context what is written. You remember the former Prime Minister yesterday, and I want to quote, he said that he is opposed to the government investigating the extrajudicial killings and said it's a current trend directed by a vindictive regime and the president that seems to be pursuing a personal vendetta against specific current and past state officers in the pretext of pursuing extrajudicial executions. And the question we're asking the former Prime Minister, is he saying that no investigation should be carried out on the extrajudicial killings that happened in this country? Or is he saying that they did not happen? Is he telling us that it is a vindictive agenda that is targeting specific current and past state officers? Does Mr. Odinga know who these state officers are? And that's what we're asking Mr. Odinga. If you know who these current or former state officers are, who may have been involved in extrajudicial killings, the right thing for you to do is not to castigate government for investigating, is to walk to the investigative authorities, relay the information you have, help them unravel the mystery of bodies being fished out of River Yala, or the Aberdare Forest, or Tana River. And I think all Kenyans witnessed these things and they know there were extrajudicial killings. The second thing on the economy, I think we're only telling Mr. Odinga, he is part and parcel of the problem. He abandoned his oversight role when he was opposition leader, and we allowed him. In our statement, that's why we have lauded Mr. Odinga, that now he has taken up his rightful position as a leader of opposition to oversight government. But you're asking him, even as he does his oversight role and criticizes the government of the day, please do it with some bit of sincerity and honesty in what you are saying. Because you are the one who presided over the state capture of our economy. You condoned it. You oversaw it. You helped those who have plundered our economy over the last 4 years. And the state of our economy, also want to remind Mr. Odinga, it is worse off than President Mwai Kibaki took over in 2003. President Mwai Kibaki took over a country that had been plundered for 24 years, but you cannot compare the ruin of the Moi and Kanu regime over 24 years to the ruin of Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga as the handshake administration of the last 4 years. They have left our country in ruins. But we are not crying. We are saying as members of parliament, we will support the government of the day, the Kenya Kwanza administration, to ensure that we return our economy to where it was, the trajectory President Mwai Kibaki left it in. We will return our country there. And we will support President William Ruto. And we know we have a solid plan, the plan that was sold to the Kenyan people when they bought it and voted for Kenya Kwanza and President Ruto. And therefore, since President William Ruto has taken charge now, he has his cabinet in place, he will soon have his principal secretaries and other officers in government. As members of parliament in his parliamentary group, we will support him to ensure that his government delivers. And that's why we are, in conclusion, we have only encouraged the president and his administration to work hard. Now that the cabinet secretary is in office, let us see them dealing with the question of the drought and how we will get food to the millions of people who are suffering. And these Kenyans are suffering because we had a regime in the last 4 years that abandoned the big four agenda that had the agenda of food security. That is why we are in this mess. And we are ready now to help the president to correct this. And we want to encourage and invite our brothers in the Azimio coalition to join us in getting our country back on its track, in terms of the economy and also in terms of the rule of law, that never again will Kenyans be killed and dumped in forests or rivers. Kwa hayo mengi, Mungu awabariki na weekend njema.
Asanteni sana.
Rais William Samoei Ruto akataa ombi la kiongozi wa chama cha ODM Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga la kuletwa kwa kitengo cha uchunguzi linalotambulika kama Scotland Yard ili kusaidia katika mauaji ama kesi za mauaji za kiholela hapa nchini. Hebu tupate jinsi Mheshimiwa Rais alivyozungumza.
Safeguard the sovereignty and the security of our country. And we will work with them to eliminate groups and sections that work against the Constitution and the law. I am very clear in my mind that we do not need the advice from the Scotland Yard to be able to remove and disband the murderous units in our police force. We didn't need any advice from nowhere. We just needed to respect our Constitution and do the right thing. I am very clear in my mind that supporting our professional police force will guarantee the lives of every Kenyan and the security of our property, and we will get rid of the menace of extrajudicial killings. We certainly don't need the support of institutions built by others. We can build our own, be they the Scotland Yard or the FBI. They were built by countries who respect the rule of law and who believe in institutions. We should believe in ours. We should support our police force. We should support